Aloha everyone, what is really good my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. For this video we're going to be talking about the close of the beta for the Login Lockout, as well as compensation and what Jagex is going to do for the returning players. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Jax is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, this is all information coming from a live stream that came out today with Mod Hooli, as well as Mod Mike and Mod Warden. So they took the time to address the beta, how it went, and what's going to happen going forward. So the beta has finally closed, and they have announced in this live stream that they are going to begin the process of returning accounts early next week. They do want to stress that this is the start of a journey rather than a finish line, and will be a rolling out process from both the way they deploy accounts to the aftercare, providing further support if needed. First, they're going to get accounts that they are confident in a strong restoration state back into the game. This will happen early next week, and they'll also work in parallel to continue improving the efforts for the more severely impacted accounts to get them back in players' hands as soon as possible as well. Having said that, there are known issues that you can expect when you get your account back. Some of these are not, unfortunately, able to be fixed, but they're going to try their best to help mitigate the loss. First and foremost, banks returned to you are going to be in a disorganized state most likely, so you're gonna have to rearrange your bank when that comes out. Not a huge deal, but could take a significant amount of time depending on how cluttered your bank is. The next thing, and this is very unfortunate, but invention perks are something that they're not able to restore fully. So they do expect most players are going to experience some loss of perks or a reversion back to February 8th. This obviously will not matter to you if you haven't changed your perks since then, but if you have, just know that it's very likely you're going to lose those perks. They are working on possible alternative solutions, such as potentially refunding any components within those gizmos in that data gap, but it is still an ongoing process, and they're looking at every possible solution they can to help alleviate this issue. Also, the final thing is player-owned farm and the ranch out of time progress has been very hard to restore as well. Most players will find that their progress will be reverted back to February 8th. However, any breeding logs that you've completed are expected to be up to date. So at least there's that. So those are the major issues that you can expect when you do get your account back. Keep in mind and be aware of those things. And do know that they're trying their best to still help in other ways. That said, they are committing to aftercare. Starting next Tuesday with the initial rollout, every player impacted will have the opportunity to flag anything that seems out of place through an easy to submit form to player support. And you're allowed to use this form multiple times if you find new things that you discover about your account. To set expectations, they aren't necessarily going to be able to return everything. For example, the problems I mentioned earlier. However, in those cases, they still want to hear from you, so do use that player support form to submit your concerns. Do bear with them because they expect to get a lot of tickets though, but know that they will get back to every single ticket and every person no matter how much time it ends up taking. Having said that, we're going to finally talk about compensation, the thing that probably most players are pretty much interested in. So first off, everybody's getting an additional month of membership and anything that is a reoccurring subscription, rune metrics like that. I've talked about that earlier in a previous video. This is meant to cover all the time that you're not on, so it doesn't charge you for anything like that. But also, as a goodwill, they're giving an additional month to any of the impacted players specifically for free. In addition, all impacted players will get double daily keys for an entire month for Treasure Hunter, which should likely make up for the loss that you had not being able to log in. And do keep in mind that while your account was logged out, RuneScape wasn't running any promotions on Treasure Hunter, so you really didn't miss anything with those lost keys, and now you'll be able to use them when you come back, and it's very likely that they're going to run promotions again, so these keys are technically more valuable than the ones that you lost. Next up, there's going to be an in-game goodwill bundle, which we'll talk about in a second, and there's also big celebrations or big events happening throughout the entire month of April, which we'll talk about later as well. That said, let's talk about that in-game goodwill gift bundle right now. So this is going to be a bundle that's going out to all the impacted players. It's not going to everyone, just those affected by the lockout. And here you're going to get an exclusive title, the Returned or the Returned Iron Man if you're an Iron Man account, as well as a couple of exclusive cosmetics. We have the Cloak of Returning, the Disc of Returning Weapon Override, which acts as a ranged throwing item, the Disc of Returning Inventory Object, which they say can teleport you to the Abyss, as well as a Returned from the Abyss teleport animation. And you can see exactly on screen here what it looks like. It's a pretty cool animation, and I personally do like teleport animations over others. That said, there's also a bunch of consumables that will be available to you with this bundle. You will get 10 restoration pods. This is a custom version of the knowledge bombs, where when activated will give you 1 hour of double XP each. So a total of 10 double XP for these restoration pods. They are bankable, so you can use them whenever you want. 10 advanced pulse cores, 10 cinder cores, 10 large protean packs, 10 medium prismatic lamps, 10 yak track skips that you can use both on this yak track or any yak track if you save them, 10 portable skill station packs, and 10 D&D monthly reset tokens. They say that as development continues on these items, the rewards will be available for returning impacted players from April 6th. Now moving on, we have the awesome April events. They said beginning April 12th, they're going to be adding weekly themed events to the game on top of the existing content plans to help catch players up to speed. So we do know that we're getting the Easter event next week. If you are, since this is a rollout and not all accounts are going to be available at the same time, if there's any days that you miss, Jagex will compensate you for spring tokens, and if you do miss a significant amount of time, some of those cosmetics that are available from this Easter event will automatically be awarded to the player, so you will not miss out on those at all. Anyways, starting on the 12th, we have a skilling week. This will be a celebration of archaeology with the 12-month anniversary, plus a range of other skilling buffs for various different other skills. So we've seen something like this in the beginning of the year with the weekly celebrations, so that's pretty much making a return. Then the following week we'll have Combat Week, where you get double Reaper points, Slayer points, combat XP, there's going to reduce with death cost, and others. I personally would love to see the Golem come back with the 1 hour overloads, but we'll see. The following week after that, we have the D&D week, where distractions and diversions as well as dailies will see a double. You can get things like double Viswax, there's opportunities for player on ports, player on farms, things like that. So that'll be the final week. And at the very end of April, they are giving out a special wish to every player. This is an object that can be interacted with and will give one of a variety of different rewards. They are still working on what these rewards are, so if you have any ideas, submit it to Mod Mike, but you'll be able to choose, like I said, one of several different rewards from a list, and that'll be available to everyone at the end of April. So that's pretty much all you really need to know from this live stream. That's everything that encompasses what you can expect, not only from your accounts, but what is being compensated for your troubles from both when you come back to the entirety of April going forward. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up the video there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Because I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.